What's up, Rebel Nerds? How's it
Greetings,
going?
everyone.
Yeah. So, welcome back to Rebel Nerd Radio. I am half of your team, Steve. Of course, with me is JD.
I'm here, and I'm not working.
He's here. And I'm awake, despite
Shocking.
what you may think. Um, so, um, if you're new here,
Despite what you may have been told or otherwise foreseen, I am here. I am awake.
Um, so we are at episode 257. And like I said, if you're new here, this is where we geek out primarily about Star Wars. Every once in a while, we like to keep people on their toes and
Kind of switch it up a little bit.
try to switch it up. Yeah, just a little bit. Um,
Although we do have Star Wars news and related topics.
we do have some Star Wars news. I am
We
actually trying to
do.
figure out why our names are showing up twice. Um,
Well, mine's showing up as my name and then my whatever
I
it is. the handle.
know. I'm like, StreamYard just loves to change things around because that used to be in one spot. Now it's not. Is it under
Drew, I'll be honest with you. I'm not a huge Godzilla person myself. I've watched several of the movies, but this is the first time I've ever watched like the original Godzilla, like the first one ever. So it was a new experience for me as well. So yeah,
Found it? Okay.
yeah. Drew said he wasn't going to stick around long because he's not much into Godzilla. I'm not much into Godzilla. I mean, I like Godzilla, but I'm not like a big, huge Godzilla person.
Oh man.
Oh man, maybe puppies.
Man.
Maybe puppies. Say puppies.
So yeah. Most of the time we talk about Star Wars, but we geek out about Star Wars comics, all kinds of stuff that makes us proud to be called nerds.
Nerds. Yep, I knew you were going to say that.
And of course, as you've already heard, we're going to be talking about the original 1954 Godzilla movie,
Mm-hmm.
the one that started the whole kaiju thing. So we will get to that after, I'm sure, a lot of sidetracking.
Yeah, well, and sidetracking while we're talking about it too, I would imagine.
Well, of course. So here in a little bit, we're going to be, of course, doing our little show and tell with Show Me Your Thingies. We've got some comic books to talk about. We've got some housekeeping to do. But before we get into that, we have some things we need to announce. First of all, a beloved member of the sci-fi acting community passed away recently. Mr. Sam Neill. A lot of you know him probably more from either Jurassic Park or Event Horizon. The first time I remember seeing Sam Neill in anything was in a movie called Final Conflict. And it was the third movie of the Omen series. You ever see that one?
I saw the original Omen, but I had not seen the other two.
Okay, so yeah, I've seen all of those.
No, I saw the original one, and when I say I saw the original, I saw that a long time ago.
Yeah. But, that's right.
Omen? Let's see.
Right.
When did it come out?
Hunt for Red October. He was also in that one. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
He's done a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he was how old was he? Like 78. 78. Okay, so
78. Yep, he was 78 years old.
As far as I know, they did not disclose what the cause of death was.
I believe, I could be wrong. Now, don't quote me on this, but I think it was natural causes.
Well, what does that mean, really, though?
Well, I mean, he was 78 years old. Natural causes.
But we do know that
he did.
was. They made a very specific point to let everyone know he was cancer free. I don't know why they made such a big deal of that, but
Well, because
um,
he made a pretty big announcement about having blood cancer,
oh,
and
okay,
so they wanted to make it a point that the cancer was not
gotcha,
not, at least
gotcha.
not to this point, is not a contributing was contributing to his death.
But
Drew says it was a sudden medical emergency, but non-cancer related. So
yeah,
there you go.
well, they did say it was unexpected, so yeah.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah.
Matt says he thinks
Um,
that Matt says he thinks pneumonia.
okay, what's your source?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's very possible. I mean,
I mean,
yeah, yeah. It says don't know what the sudden medical emergency was, other than that Matt says pneumonia. So I don't know. That there's a
oh,
possibility of that. Who knows? It's
who
possible.
knows? Um,
I hadn't heard anything other than like natural causes. But now they're saying there was a medical emergency of some sort.
in any case,
In any
he has
case,
passed away, and that's very sad. I guess we're not going to get him in any more Jurassic Park movies.
that sucks. That's where I remember him most from, and Event Horizon. I loved him in the Jurassic Park movies. I'm glad they got a reunion with the old cast and the new cast in that one, because it was really kind of going downhill, and I enjoyed the one where they got the reunion of all of them. So that was a good time.
Yeah,
He was creepy in Event Horizon. For those of you people who have never seen the movie Event Horizon, you ought to look it up and watch it. You want a movie that's creepy? That movie is weird. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. A good one though.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's a good movie, creepy, but it's got Lawrence Fishburne and
Yeah.
had Sam Neill in it, and it had oh god, I can't think of his name. Lucius Malfoy. He was in
Oh,
it,
geez. Okay.
and there was actually quite a few bigger name actors that weren't like huge that went through the movie and did it. There was a lot of good actors in there that went through it. So yeah,
Nice.
good movie.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
rest well, Mr. Neil.
I
Another
love
piece of news. Oh,
I love the Star Wars community too, because anytime somebody of significance in Hollywood or something like that is kind of beloved across all platforms is passes away, I always inevitably see the that person in a ghost Jedi form.
yeah.
It's always funny. But hey,
All right. I never mentioned who is in the chat tonight.
and
Matt, of course, is always bright and early. Uh,
accuses us of being asleep.
there, of course, is Drew.
Drew.
How's it going, sir? Let's see. Kind of not. And there's Danielle. How you doing, Danielle? How's he going to be in 2 more movies? He's dead.
He filmed before he got sick.
Oh, okay.
That'd be
I'll give you
interesting.
that one, Matt.
That'll be interesting. That'll definitely be interesting.
Like, man, that's some talent right there. No, the other piece of news.
Hey, CGI and AI these days, they can do anything they want. Hell, they can
they
bring
did it with
Elvis.
They did it with Grand Moff Tarkin. So
Yeah, well, and Carrie Fisher, and
it is really hot in this room. I don't know why. Wait, what? What about Harrison Ford?
it was his birthday.
Oh man, no! Ooh, don't be doing that.
You better be specific, Matt. Come on now.
Yeah, you need
Yesterday
to be
was Harrison Ford's birthday.
That was not. No, that was not funny.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you gotta put that out there in the same message.
Oh,
wow.
trust me. If Harrison Ford passes away, that's going to be like all over the place.
That's not going to be a.
That's not going to be a small announcement. That's going to be.
That's going to be a full episode.
I think between him and when William Shatner passes away, those will be days like that will live in infamy for a while.
You remember when we did our We did our stream.
Probably Mark Hamill too.
James Earl Jones.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll know. We'll know.
There'll be a whole we'll do a whole dedication, like, yeah, there'll be a whole podcast for a dedication.
We're gonna do a whole episode on Dr. Richard Kimball.
God, the fact that you remembered his name from that movie. Okay.
Hey man, that movie was good. Screw you. Okay. The other thing, I had two more things I wanted to. What was that?
Okay.
No, I have two more things I wanted to talk about before we got into our housekeeping. So on this day, July 14th, in 1983, the original Mario Brothers video game was released in Japan.
Wow.
Yeah. It's crazy it's been that long. It's like, damn, we're getting old. Yeah, see? Matt agrees.
What?
The Fugitive was a great movie. I got him on my side for once.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, that happened in 1983. But the other piece of news is actually Star Wars related.
Actually, we got a couple of them.
Hold on, let me find it. I got to find the date. September 2nd. There is going to be a new Lego Star Wars special streaming on Disney Plus, of course. It will be Lego Star Wars The Mandalorian. Yeah. The tagline is "Some heroes just click."
I hope it's a goofy retelling. I hope it's not like the same thing. Like,
oh man,
the
I'm
actual
sure
Mandalorian.
It's Lego, man. It's going to be goofy.
Well, yeah.
So September 2nd, mark your calendars. Was that the Star Wars news you were referring to, or was it something else?
Yeah, that and the 4K hard copy version of the Mandalorian and Grogu movie will be coming out at the end of August.
Oh yeah.
So,
isn't there?
I always see. The reason why that's important to me is I always make it, even though we have streaming services now where you can literally log on and watch the shows whenever you want, like if you have Disney Plus or whatever. My thing is that I always want to have the hard copies just in case something happens. And I'm going to go off Mandalorian Grogu. I'm going to go to Acolyte for a minute. I hope that they make a hard copy of the Acolyte because I want a hard copy of it. Because if they ever get a screwball idea of removing it from Disney Plus, I want to be able to at least have it for my collection. Because I've heard and I've seen certain people in certain spaces, and I'm not going to mention them, their names, and I'm not going to mention what spaces because I really don't want people to like go out and research it or this to be a thing, at least not for us. But everybody's like, well, some people are trying to make a point that the Mandalorian Grogu movie did not do the $1 billion that Disney wanted it to do, even though it made money because the budget and the marketing and everything was less than what the movie made. They still made money off of it, probably not as much as they would have liked to have, but they still made money off of it. There's certain people in certain spaces that are trying to say, oh, a Star Wars, it's time to write the obituary because it's officially dead, and there's nothing Disney can do about it, and Disney ruined it to the point where it'll never come back, it'll never be popular again. And some people have even gone as far as to say things like, oh, they need to sell Disney to somebody else. It's like, it doesn't matter who they sell it to. Number one, Disney is not going to sell the IP. They're not going to do it. They have a hold of it. They make money off of it no matter what. Even if they shut it down, they're still going to make money off of theme parks, merchandise, things like that. So they're not going to sell it. So people saying, oh, we're somebody else needs to buy it. And secondly, who has the money to buy that from Disney?
Amazon?
Maybe. Probably not enough because Disney's going to want a pretty penny for it. So it's going to be in the multi-billions of dollars before they be able to buy it.
Absolutely.
But here's the other thing about that too, is even if, let's say, Disney said, screw it, we're done with it. We don't want to keep it anymore. We're going to sell it to somebody else because we're tired of messing with it. It doesn't matter where it goes. It doesn't matter where it lands. there are still going to be people out there that are going to be crybabies about the stuff that they make. That's going to be inevitable. It's just going to happen.
Mhm.
So it's this is like, if you've been a Star Wars fan from the beginning, this is a revolving door that happens all the time of people saying, "Oh, this new Star Wars this isn't the old Star Wars." People bitched about George Lucas and the way he did Star Wars, blah 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 blah. It's just going to keep happening. It's just going to be a revolving door. It's going to keep happening, and people are just going to cry and complain because it isn't what they wanted or it isn't what they thought that should happen with Star Wars and blah 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 blah. So back to my original point. I want the hard copies because if something ever happens where Disney says that didn't do as well as we wanted to, it was controversial, blah, 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 we're just going to get rid of it and take it out of there. I want to be able to have copies of it so I can watch it on my own. I don't have to depend on streaming services. That's my high horse on the whole thing.
That was a lot to get to the point. Very good.
Well,
So we got a newcomer in the chat room. We've got Sabrina.
Hey,
Welcome.
Sabrina, welcome.
Another thing that I failed to mention, there is actually something else coming out sooner than September 2nd. The Ninth Jedi.
It's already out.
I thought it doesn't come out till August.
I'm pretty sure it's already out. You might be right. You might be right. I didn't have a great deal of interest in it, but it is something I wanted to watch.
I mean, it premiered. Oh, you know what? I think the first episode premiered. I might be wrong.
I thought so.
Well, it premiered at the Anime Expo, so I don't think that was open to the public.
Yeah. Okay.
But it says it's going to be scheduled in its entirety. So all 8 episodes are going to be coming out on August 5th.
Very good. Okay.
So more Star Wars. That's always good.
Yeah. And that's I do know for sure that it's on the same August 5th. Yeah, there you go. Coming August 5th. Okay. I thought it was out already. I guess I misunderstood what they were talking about. So my bad. My bad. Yeah, I mean it's a if you've watched Star Wars Visions, then you kind of know about the Ninth Jedi. If you were a fan of and you watched the Visions short films, then you kind of understand what the Ninth Jedi is. So, and I enjoyed the Visions. I enjoyed Visions, to seeing the different concepts, to seeing the different ways of interpreting Star Wars and things like that. I like that kind of stuff. I think it's kind of neat to see other people put their spin on it, put their take on it, and kind of go with it a little bit. Some of it had completely nothing to do with it, and some of it was just like captivating. So, yeah, that's cool. I mean, that's cool that they're putting a series out about it.
Yeah, and the title of it is actually Vision Presents.
Yeah.
And then it's
nice.
like subtitled The Ninth Jedi. Oh, Ted Lasso season 4 releases on August 5th as well.
Another show that I've heard is good, but I've never had a chance to watch.
You have got to watch Ted Lasso.
I've heard that. I've heard a lot of people say Ted Lasso is really good.
We should do an episode on that show.
Yeah, it might be a while before I get to that one.
Nah, you got to watch it. You know what? Right now would have been a perfect time to do it because the World Cup is going on. And
isn't he a soccer coach or something?
He is.
Okay.
And the 4th season's coming out. Anyway, so that's what we had today. All right, let's get our housekeeping out of the way. If you're catching this on YouTube, whether it's live or on the replay, make sure you hit that subscribe button and drop us a like and drop us a comment if you would please. Help us invade, as we say, that YouTube algorithm. The puppy says so. Leia would say so too, but I think she's sleeping. Oh, no, she's looking at me. How do you know? Are we showing off?
He's not gonna be a puppy for long. No, this one just jumped up in my lap because he was
No,
apparently
no,
bored.
we're showing pets.
Okay, we're showing pets. You have
All
Leia.
right,
I have Peanut. I
there's
have a
Princess
Peanut.
Leia.
I did not name the Peanut. Somebody else named the Peanut, and it just stuck.
Okay. So yeah, we're trying to invade that YouTube algorithm. So if you are new here, subscribe, like, comment, all that cool stuff. If for some reason you want to hang out with us between episodes and chat with us intermittently,
or directly if there's something we
or
can help you with.
directly, yeah.
Hi.
The shenanigans continue elsewhere. I'm not going to give you all the links. We're on social media like everywhere, but here's one link that will take you to all of them. And for those of you listening on audio, it is bio.link/Rebel Nerd Radio. That'll take you to Facebook, Threads, Instagram, Twitter. It'll take you to our more or less non-existent TikTok. It does exist. I just don't post anything on it because I don't know anything about TikTok.
I don't even have TikTok downloaded. Sorry.
Oh, Sabrina changed her name. It's Ryden. She says we have nice pets, and mine is part demon.
What kind of pet do you have? What kind of pet do you have as part demon? I'm just curious.
Man, I lost my train of thought.
You're part demon? I'm pretty sure you're part gremlin.
What was I talking about?
You were talking about social media.
Right.
And the fact that we have no idea how to use it.
I don't do anything with it. That link, but she has a cat.
Oh, she has a cat. Okay.
Oh, that's right. I remember pictures of the cat. So that will also take you to our merchandise store. We've got shirts, we've got mugs, we've got
fanny packs.
I'm just gonna keep calling them fanny packs until as many times as you guys have corrected me.
We actually have crossbody. We actually have crossbody bags too.
Crossbody bag, but we also have fanny packs, don't we?
But we also have fanny packs.
Yeah. Okay. So for those of you that are going to be, I'm gonna detour for a second. This is a this isn't really a planned detour, but it is a detour. Satchel, there you go, Matt. I meant to announce this earlier. We are 24 days away from Rebel ScumCon. 24 days. Is that not crazy? Less than a month.
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
For all of you Rebel nerds that are going to be there with us, me and JD will both be there. Drew will be with us. Matt, I'm pretty sure will be with us. Or will be there. I mean, he's not going down there with us, but he'll be there.
He will be there. We will be hanging out.
So if any of you are going to come on down to Frisco, Texas, and want to hang out with us at Rebel ScumCon, maybe you should buy yourself one of those crossbody bags so that we'll know who you are.
To keep your important bits in.
To keep your important stickers and I mean, they got those stickers that they do the treasure hunt thing for.
Mm-hmm. Well, they have the buttons. They have the
that's what I meant. That's what
the
I
metal
meant.
buttons. Yeah, they have the metal buttons, which is fun. It's cool because you can actually get with people, and it's a good way to socialize. If you get the buttons and you can trade with people and stuff like that, it's a lot of fun. And they do have people that make individual. I've seen a lot of postings.
She says our Merces.
Our Merces, yeah, Merces. Yep, okay, fine, whatever.
Yep.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. That's a one piece of regular attire for the ladies that I'm actually like a man being able to carry a bag on his back to put his stuff in. I don't see the problem with it. I'm slightly jealous. I'm slightly jealous. I mean, I try to keep my stuff to a minimum, but at things like that, it's like you want to carry a lot of crap. So,
I'll carry my man purse.
God, it's a satchel. I don't give a damn what anybody does.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to find a picture of this thing so that I can. Oh my gosh, why is this? No,
If you
no,
haven't
no,
got it,
no. I
if
don't.
for those
No,
of you, if you've not been, I know a lot of people in our chat have been to Rebel Scum Con and or they're going. It's gonna be their first year. If you don't get a chance to go to Celebration, like this year or next year, it'll be in LA, which we'll be going to that, or I'll be going to that. This is strictly a Star Wars con that the people in Texas run, and it's very well done. And actually, it's growing hugely in size every year. They're getting more and more vendors. They're getting more and more people. And whether you, I don't know how you feel personally about the different shows, the different things and stuff like that, but Didra and Cyril will be there. John Boyega from the sequel trilogy, Finn will be there. Some of the guys from Fanboys, which if you watched our last episode, we did a show about Fanboys. Three of the guys will be there from Fanboys. Unfortunately, Kristen Stewart will not be there, which is kind of disappointing.
Boo.
Yeah, boo.
She's too good for it.
Bryce Dallas Howard will be there, who also was in some of the Jurassic Park movies, and she also directed a lot of like the Mando episodes and things like that. So she's going to be there. There's pretty big list. Manny Jacinto was going to be there a couple days. He's actually only going to be there one now. I guess he's filming something or he's doing something, so he's only able to make it on Saturday, which is fine. I'm going to try to get there and get in line as soon as I can on Saturday, so that way I can get him to sign the Stranger helmet. And I've even considered taking a First Order Stormtrooper helmet and see if I can get John Boyega to sign it if he's available.
But yeah, if you want to see who all is going to be there, you can find that out at rebelscumconventions.com.
Yes, and if you have a chance to attend, I highly recommend it. If you're a Star Wars fan, there's cosplayers. 501st Rebel Legion shows up. They have a lot of vendors. It was a great time. I actually, when Steve and I were there last year, I actually ran into in the hotel several of the actors and people that are involved in the show, and we just had some good laughs.
They were in our hotel. Yeah,
they were in the hotel we were staying in, and we had some really good times and some good laughs with some of them. I actually ran into the lady who does the voice for Satine in the breakfast line in the hotel that we were staying in.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it was her. I didn't know it was her until I went to the show, and she had a booth set up for autographs, selfies, and stuff like that. And I got a really cool autograph with her and got to chat with her. Very nice lady, really cool. So if you get a chance to go and you want one that's more low key than Celebration, but still focused on Star Wars, I highly recommend Rebel Scum Con. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
And we'll be there.
But I was talking about the merch store. So the merch store actually does not call them fanny packs. They are called belt bags.
It's a fancy way of saying fanny pack.
Fanny pack, yeah. I'm trying to. There we go. Yeah, there we go. There's the belt bag.
The belt bag.
And then here is the crossbody bag. So for $27, you can buy yourself a Rebel Nerd Radio crossbody bag. Or for $24, you can get the fanny pack. But yeah, I'm not buying a fanny pack. But yeah, that'll take you where you can get our shirts and coffee mugs and all the cool stuff. That link will also take you to our Discord server, where, as you know, the shenanigans never stop. 23/7.
23/7. That 1 hour actually.
The Discord server
that really is.
Somebody is usually on that Discord server at all times.
Somebody is usually on at all times.
But I don't want to say 24/7 because I can't be certain.
Yeah.
So I'll say 23/7.
It is the best way. We do have constant conversations there. We do have constant people that are always on. We always have some good stuff. In fact, we opened a channel here not too long that was dedicated strictly to the 80s, and I think that's got more traction in the past couple of weeks than any of our other channels. It really got a lot of traction.
Yeah.
We could probably that's where you
take the Mando Grogu spoilers down, can't we?
I would say by now, probably, but I mean,
yeah. If you haven't seen it by now,
you got issues. You got issues.
Sorry.
No, but Discord is great. We have a great community. We have just an awesome group of people over there. It seems like we're getting new people straggling in every so often, and as the channel gets more popular, we're getting more people in there. We really do appreciate the content and everybody that comes over there. Like I said, it's a real good group of people. We don't shun people's opinions as far as like Star Wars or things like that, and we do everything we can to monitor it to make sure that it's just a good space that if you want to express your interests and things like that, whether it be pets, movies, TV shows, things about the 80s, things about, there's all kinds of channels out there. And if you have passions about collecting or comic books, hit Steve up for the comic books. I can answer questions about collecting. That's the easiest way to get a hold of us. And like I said, we have a great community there. So
don't forget questions about music.
And music, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really good community. In the history of the channel, I mean, the channel's been up, or I guess it's the server. Each one is a channel. But in the history of the server, and the server's been up for years. In all its history, only 2 people have been kicked out. And it was very egregious reasons. We gave them chance after chance to shape up. But yeah, clearly didn't want to be there bad enough. So we're pretty open-minded. We do not talk about religion or politics on there because that's just ugly.
Please keep that crap for Twitter or
we try to keep it fun. I will say, however, in April and May, there was some not so fun stuff on there, but that was due to reasons. Anyway, so go check out the Discord server, hang out with us. What am I missing? Oh, also, you are exactly right. Worst subjects ever. Yep.
Yes, 100%. Especially nowadays. So tired of talking about it. It's not even funny.
Yeah, really. So, last thing on the bio link, it will take you to our Patreon, where if you want to help us keep things moving, all the moving parts going, become a patron. Who said feet pics aren't allowed, Matt? I'm okay with feet pics.
That's gross.
I mean, it's not your thing, dude. If you don't like it, you don't have to look at them.
I mean, sure, why not? We talk about coffee enemas and bionic thingies.
We talk about coffee enemas and bionic thingies on Darth Maul. I mean, come on. Why not feet? Oh, didn't we also had the discussion about the Star Wars
adult toys? Yeah. How we get on these subjects, I completely blame the chat.
I'm blaming the chat. Yeah.
I blame the chat every time. The chat is the one, especially if we get Tina and Joy in here. I'm not blaming them directly, but it usually gets
Tina and who?
Joy.
Oh yeah, when Joy gets in here. But you know what? You know what's even worse is when we get Tina and Chantel together in the chat room.
Yeah.
That gets crazy. But where was I at? So, patron, become a patron. It's only $2 a month, and you help us keep things going. And every once in a while, we post some bonus content. Haven't done it much since I got out of the hospital, but
We are trying to get back on track with
we will
that
get
stuff.
there. We're trying to get on a schedule.
Yep.
And then you get swag. You can get stickers. You can get. Is that it? No, you get the stuff that you 3D print.
Mm-hmm. So
Cool
you'll
Rebel
get
Nerd
we
radio
got some
stuff.
stickers. I don't know if Steve has them up. I can grab them for next time. But you get some exclusive. You get some stickers. One of them you can get on the merch site. The other one is exclusive to our Patreons,
Oh,
and
here we
they're
go.
really
Here we
cool
go.
designs that
Here it
Steve
is.
came up with. There it is.
There's the
There
main
you go.
one.
That's the main one.
The other one, I still can't find the stickers themselves, but here is what they look like.
Yeah, pretty cool design.
Now, those are
I
the
like it.
ones
I like
that,
it. I like it. I like it.
in order to get those, you have to be a patron. You can't just go in and buy them.
Yeah, you can't buy those. And then when you become a patron, you also get a. I'll send you the stuff, and you'll get some nice 3D printed little trinkets and toys and little things you can play with and do things with from me. And you also get Steve. No, you don't get Steve. Steve will tell you what else you get.
Oh, we'll get that. But as a bonus, a Rebel ScumCon bonus.
Uh-oh.
If you are a patron and you track us down at Rebel ScumCon, JD doesn't know this one, but we will each give you one crisp high five.
I was going to say, what am I being talked into that I don't know about? I mean, this better be something simple that I can
crisp
get.
High five. That's the only.
Dare I say the Top Gun high five, the bang bang.
Yeah, you're not getting any other touching from us. So $2 a month, all that. Plus, if you are a patron, you get your name called out on the live stream, which we're going to do now. Thank you to all our wonderful patrons: Dave Brown, Kelly and Chris Olson, Justin Hensley, Charlie Kirby, Chantel Gonzalez, Brennan. Brennan hasn't been in the chat in a while. Brian, Steve Swan. Hey, Steve's not in the chat. What the heck, man? Matthew, Taco Cat, Smirking Bear, Adam, and Drew.
Who hasn't been in the chat?
So, thank you. What's that supposed to mean, Bree? Touch. Anyway.
Anyway.
Yeah. So, Rebel ScumCon, August 7th. We'll actually be there probably Thursday night.
Yep.
But the convention, of course, doesn't start till Friday.
Well, since I have to go to Wichita and grab Drew, and then I have to come to Oklahoma and get you, and then drive over there.
Don't come to Norman, by the way.
No, I'm not coming to Norman. No, I have to figure. You have to give me your new address so I know where to come get you.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Where was I?
Thank you, everyone. While we discuss logistics on Rebel Nerd Radio.
Yeah. So, thank you, patrons. We do really appreciate it. I'm not making light of that. You are very well appreciated. Because the cost on StreamYard keeps going up.
Yeah, StreamYard is StreamYard, and obviously streaming things like that are going to be more money. So.
We've tried other platforms, and they just don't work out for us.
I would say don't work out for us is putting it lightly. They actually screw up our whole world.
Oh man, when we did that one that was we did it on now I don't even remember the name of the platform, but it was like
it was kind of fun if you think about it, because we did like a test run, and it was a shenanigans episode trying to get it to work, and our chat was trying to help. The people that we know personally were trying to help. We had all kinds of things going on, and it ended up being such a chaotic episode.
It was such a mess.
It was a mess.
And yeah.
It was a mess, but it was kind of fun because, I mean, it's just funny.
It was fun.
And you get to see us get frustrated and pissed off because we don't know what the hell, because it just wouldn't work right.
But yeah, so StreamYard is expensive, and we appreciate your help.
Mm-hmm.
So that brings us to a little segment we like to call Drawn to the Force. So for those of you that are new, this is where we talk about Star Wars comic books that are going to be released tomorrow, Wednesday, July 15th. So we are trying to get folks into reading Star Wars comics. So the first one, thank you, Matt. So the first one,
thank you, Matt.
I'm not going to share my screen. Let's try that again. The first one is called Hyperspace Stories, The Bad Batch, Rogue Agents, #4.
That's a whole lot of explanation about what it is.
It is that's a long drawn out
That's
title.
that's like a title within a title.
Yeah, really. So I'm pretty sure that I read at least the first one of this, because it came out before the hospital event. I remember liking it. I have not read any of the rest of them, so I'm still trying to get caught up on comic book reading, because I lost a big chunk of time.
Understandable.
But yeah, Aura Singh is going to be in this one. It's the Bad Batch. No, this is from Dark Horse, so there's no variant covers. But it is written by Michael Morrissey. I'm probably butchering that one. Sorry, sir. The second one that is coming out.
For those of you who don't know, we do get kind of disappointed when they're not variant covers, because we like to look at
this one does have variant covers.
Oh, sweet.
And it comes from Marvel. It is Galaxy's Edge, Echoes of the Empire, #4. Once again, I'm pretty sure I read the first one. Another one I need to get caught up on.
Mm-hmm.
But this is they are returning to Batuu in this one. Should be fun. This one is written by Ethan Sachs. And let's take a look at those variant covers. We've got...
Heck yeah. I kind of like the one with Hondo and Chewie and Han. That's
what
cool.
in the hell?
What? Oh, there it goes.
The fuck was that?
There you go, Matt.
There we go.
Is that Hondo? Is that Hondo in hand? Yeah, it is.
I don't think that's Hondo. I think that's just
that's
a random Weequay.
Oh, okay.
It's not a bad variant cover, I guess. This one, I actually kind of like the simplicity of this one.
I like that one. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, I like.
I still like the original. I still like the Han and Chewie with Hondo in the back, or the random Weequay. Let's just say the random Weequay in the back.
Oh yeah,
I like that one. I like that one. But I mean, you can't.
Hondo and Naka will be in this issue though, or because it says they're finding themselves betrayed by Hondo and Naka. But this picture here, that is not Hondo. Trust me, I know what Hondo looks like.
I'm not questioning you.
I know, but that is probably this fearsome bounty hunter Harkos. So that's all we have for Star Wars comics this week. Make it out to your local comic book shop tomorrow and pick up the Star Wars comics.
We do always like to highlight comics because it's a good We were talking about this earlier, or I was talking about this earlier, I guess I should say. If something ever happens where like Disney almost like shuts down most of their Star Wars content,
Yeah.
I'm assuming that we will get a lot of like books and comic books to fill the void for a
Just
while,
like we did during the
because
dark years.
just like we did during the dark times, man, we got some really good content back in the EU.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Um,
if it happens again, that'll end up being your Star Wars content. So definitely try to support comic books.
definitely. Matt, I did see the rumor. I don't buy it.
What is it? Did you guys see the
I
rumor
want to know if we
shared
saw
it?
the rumor that
Oh,
Ryan Gosling's character is Cad Skywalker. I don't buy it.
Kate Skywalker? Nah, I don't buy it either.
I don't buy it.
I think the similarity look between the two of them probably is. I mean that could be, but
Yeah.
I don't think it goes any further than that. I think it's just people's wild imaginations kind of
Yeah.
getting the best of them.
Yeah. I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
I don't know.
All right. So we're done with Drawn to the Force.
Yeah.
Now it's everybody's favorite segment.
Ooh. We get to get personal.
Show us your
Show me your
things.
For those of you who are not aware, we make up our own special effects for these segments
We do.
ourselves. In case you didn't notice, we did try it with
We were good
Patreons
at it
once.
too, weren't we?
We actually tried to get Patreons to do it, and the audio turned out terrible.
Hey, Patrick,
We
how's it going?
We need to try it again.
Patrick Connor is in the house.
Welcome, Patrick.
So for those of you that are new, never been here before, show us your thingies. Was not titled by us. That was named by our illustrious chat room. We were just calling.
I blame the chat room for just about.
I blame the chat room. You know what? I blame the chat room for me buying that stuff at Rebel ScumCon last year.
Oh! You mean it's not my fault as you
No,
were
we're gonna
trying
blame
to
the chat
imply?
room. No, let's just blame the chat room. If you want to take the blame,
It only took you a year. It only took you a year to vindicate me on this whole thing. And
just because we have a chat room.
24 days away from going back, if you blame me for anything that you buy there, I swear.
Well, here's the thing, JD.
Here's the thing.
I will not be buying anything because I have no money.
Ah.
So if I buy anything, it will be because somebody gives me money to buy something.
I think most of my purchases this year is probably going to be, for certain, because the girlfriend loved it so much. For certain, it will be the buttons. We will have to get the entire collection.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm going to probably spend mine on autographs this year, I think. Since there's going to be some cool people there that I think I really want an autograph and some pictures from. So I think that'll be fun.
There's a couple that I would like to get, but I will not. Because, you know. What was I talking about? Oh, show and tell time. So
shows your thingies.
We're going to show you our thingies.
For those of you who are new people, don't worry. It's not potentially a prison charge.
Yet. No.
Yeah.
I didn't buy anything this week to show off.
Okay.
But
all right.
I realized that I did not show this off like the week after I got it. I got this nifty Supergirl popcorn bucket.
I saw that.
Pretty cool. And I actually got the matching. Give me a second. Damn it. The matching cup.
Nice.
And when I went to the theater, because like usually this stuff is like exorbitant. Like, why? You know, you go get these souvenir popcorn buckets and stuff, and they're always like super expensive. But I went to a Cinemark, and the price of it was like not really much more than just buying the popcorn and the drink to begin with. So I was like, well, screw it. I'm just going to get these. So that's my show and tell. That's my thingy.
That's my thingy.
It's my thingy.
Well, so my thingy, I actually had, I have a few things. First off,
Yep, Matt.
uh, what do you
That
say?
says there's a girl on it. The male trolls probably can't handle it. Well, the male trolls can get
Yeah,
bent.
yeah, male trolls can go away because we don't care.
I don't care about
Um,
the male trolls.
yeah, we don't care about male trolls. We don't care about female trolls either. We don't care about trolls in general.
Well,
We
that's
don't
fair.
care. If you show up, it's fair to say that if you show up in our chat, you're just going to get deleted, and we don't give a shit about you because if you're a troll and you're here to cause problems, we don't care about you. We don't want you here, and we don't take anything you say personally. We're just going to kick you out and move on with life. So, just a PSA for all the people who think they can come in and be dickheads. That's my public. That's my
Public
PSA.
service announcement.
That's my
Come
public
see your
service announcement
thingy.
for all the assholes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I kind of in the past I've kind of let people know kind of things about as most of you know, I'm in the Rebel Legion, and actually this Friday, myself, I think Drew is going to be there, Adam's going to be there. We have a visit to the children's ward at the local hospital in Wichita this Friday that we're going to go visit the kids as Jedi or as Star Wars characters and just visit with them for a little bit, which is always fun. But the reason I bring that up is because I've always kind of wanted to let everybody know in the chat and part of the Rebel Nerd Radio family. I have started receiving piece by piece. I am slowly receiving my Darth Vader outfit.
Ooh.
It is as of now is completely ordered. All of the custom pieces, all of the measurements, everything has been turned in. It is all being currently crafted. From the inner suit, the tabards, the cape, the armor, everything is being made. And a good news for me, for me, it's good news. I wanted to. This was kind of a mission for me whenever whenever I was talking to the local guy that does the Darth Vader. Um, Him and I kind of came up with a plan that since there'll be two of us, we're going to go back and forth between who does Vader what day because he constantly does Vader, but he has other projects that he wants to do and other characters that he wants to invest in, which I completely understand. And the fact that I'm 6.5 foot tall, and then by the time I put on the boots and I put on the helmet, I will actually be seven. It will be about 7 foot tall when the Vader is done, which is going to be closer to what Vader actually was. So the cool thing about it too is that one of the specific pieces that I got this month, or I just got this week, was I actually received and was able to find a combination unit that does the breathing and the voice changer for Darth Vader. So when I do Darth Vader, I will actually be able to speak and I will actually be able to talk as Darth Vader, which is awesome. I'm super excited about that part of it. But like I said, as we speak, I'm slowly receiving pieces and everything's coming in. They did say because of the complication, or not the complication, but the complicated building method of the armor itself, the armor will probably be the thing that will take the longest, including the helmet for sure.
Yeah.
That will probably not be in until I would say November, December at the earliest.
Uh,
Um, yeah, so it's going to be a little while before I get it all. But I mean, it's slowly trickling in. I just got a notification the other day that I ordered one of the most accurate lightsaber replicas that I could find online. And I ordered it, and it actually will be usable. It'll be workable. It's combat ready, and it will have a blade with it and everything. So I'll be actually be
combat
able to use it.
ready. Ooh.
Yeah, oh yeah, all kinds of cool. So I will have a lightsaber that works and all that kind of stuff. And like I said, the rest of it is just going to be as they finish the projects, I will be getting them and stuff like that. So that's kind of an update. So my official 501st entry will be the Empire Strikes Back version of Darth Vader.
Very cool. Joy popped in and she says,
Hello
She
there.
identifies as a goblin rather than a troll.
Oh,
See,
well, goblins we're okay with. Trolls we're not.
Matt,
Um,
that was awfully random.
yeah. What did you say?
Brandon Roth will be at ICT Comic Con in Wichita. Okay,
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool.
one of the
Actually,
lower end live action Supermans.
off of the subject a little bit because you didn't ask me what I was doing this week. I actually have to say that for those of you who are video game people,
Oh man, I didn't.
I have been playing the crap out of Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. It is probably one of my most favorite games of all time. And I completed it like 3 times from the original one in 2013. I completed it like 3 times. And now that they've come out with the resynced version recently, it is even better. So I played the crap out of it since last Thursday. I'm
So
just going
what
to throw it
about
out
it
there.
is different?
They've added content. They've changed a little bit of the content. The graphics are vastly different. The combat systems are different. It's the same game. If you played the original game, it's the same game you remember, but like I said, the graphics are newer. They've added some things to the scenes. They've taken out a few things. They took out the real world content. None of that is in there anymore. They kind of switched that up a little bit. It more focuses on just being in the Animus and playing Edward Kenway throughout the game.
Ooh.
There is some Animus real world interactions that you get into, but it's different. It's different than what it was because you had missions in the real world that you had to do, and they've changed that. Um, they've extended some scenes. They've added to a few things. Excuse me. There's some new content for if you've played the game, then you'll understand what I'm talking about. The Steve Bonnet interaction between Edward and Steve Bonnet. There's actually some new content that was released because in the original game, you actually had a scene where you were in and doing a mission, and you kind of heard a little bit about what happened to Steve Bonnet. And if you're a historian or if you like history and you know about the golden age of piracy and what happened to some of those pirates, they try to be a little bit faithful to what happened to them, and then they incorporate the Assassin's Creed storyline into that. So what happens to Steed is kind of is historically accurate, but Edward's association with him is different, and you interact with him and you interact with other pirates, but they made it to where this time they added additional scenes and they put more into it to where it becomes more personal. And the story, the way they incorporate the story of Edward Kenway and the assassins with the golden age of piracy in the Caribbean during the golden age of piracy, the story is phenomenal. It's a great story. And if you have not played it and you like pirate games and you want to sail ships and you want to take over ships and you'd like the Assassin's Creed and you like the open world, I highly, 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 highly recommend it. It's, in my opinion, I know there's people that are going to disagree with me, but in my opinion, it is the best game in the series. And the storyline is phenomenal. The interactions are great, and they upgraded it to a whole new level when they did Resynced. They made it to where it's a new game, but it's not. It's the same game you remember, but it's upgraded tenfold, and it's so much fun to play. So yeah, it's great. I loved it. I've been playing the crap out of it, and I'm it's like 2013, and I'm addicted all over again. So it's a lot of fun and it's great.
We did forget
So
to do
anyway,
our what are you doing this week thing. Yeah. Well,
yeah. Well, that was yeah. I mean, basically, my weekend. I actually had a weekend where I didn't have to go to work, which was great. So
wow.
I downloaded and started playing the game, and I actually had to buy a new modem recently because mine went to crap. So since I bought the new modem, actually my internet has been working a fair amount better, and yeah, for being in the country and living outside of the city several miles, I'm actually doing for let's see. I'm 15 miles outside of a regular city. So I'm actually, my internet does really well. So with the new
Do you have to
modem,
get a satellite modem for being out there?
I have right now I have what they call a direct line of sight. So
Hmm.
my antenna points right at a tower that has direct line of sight. Now I have considered getting Starlink because Starlink is better. but I'm just not. I haven't talked to enough people to ask them about connectivity and to make sure everything works good to know if I want to switch over to it, because it actually has a higher megabit per second upload and download speeds.
Yeah.
But I just haven't got enough confidence in it to make that switch yet. I would like to. I've talked to a few people that says it's great, and like they said in the beginning, when you were working with it, it would actually, whenever it had to find a new satellite to link up to, it would interrupt the internet temporarily, and then it would come back on. But they said since they've been putting new satellite and receivers in orbit, the connectivity has gotten a lot better. So I just, like I said, I just don't have enough confidence in it just quite yet to switch over. This one has been, the one that I'm currently on has been working really good. And like I said, since I bought a new modem, I've actually been doing really good. My download speeds are better. My upload speeds are better because the modem that I had was about 2, 3 years old. So, like I said, it's been working a lot better. And so for right now, we're going to keep it. And then we'll revisit Starlink probably here in a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
So I actually show you my thingy, so I can actually get to it.
Holy
So for
crap!
those
You
of
haven't
you
even done that yet.
I haven't even done that yet. For those of you, and I had two things, but I'll save the
No,
other one
sorry,
for later
move
because
on.
we're kind of running out of time. But for those of you who know, I've been kind of collecting the Micro Galaxy Squadron um, characters from Jazzware. I have a whole shelf full of them, and I have a few more over here. I just recently got a new one from the Ahsoka series, and this is one of Thrawn's transport slash starfighter ships. This is the LAAT slash LE transport ship that I got.
Very cool.
Oh, I got that recently. That was a new one that came up in Jazzwares. So I've actually already taken it out of the box, but you can kind of see it in there. But I'm going to take it out real quick and show it to you because it's not like a super rare one. It's just one that they had as a special on their website.
You're gonna
So
open the box,
I'm gonna open the box.
dude. Don't open the box.
I already opened the box. It's too late.
Oh my gosh! What am I gonna do?
Oh, I don't have enough. I don't have enough room to not open the box.
Uh,
I know it's terrible.
dude.
It's okay.
Never open the box.
This one actually, to be honest with you, this one actually has more. They made more of these than some of the other ones that I own. Some of the ones that I have that are more rare, like they only made 500 pieces or 1,000 pieces of. I'm not going to open those. I'm actually going to display those inside the box. But this one is actually pretty cool. So it's outside the box. So don't yell at me, Steve. But it's outside the box. So yeah, that's the LAAT slash LE from Ahsoka series. It's one of Thrawn's ships. For those of you who are familiar. Let me see. There's a door that comes open here. Let me see if I can get it open without breaking it.
See, this is what happens when you open the box. You break things. Didn't you ever see that episode of Big Bang Theory?
Don't come at me. Don't come at me. It's all right.
I already did.
No, you're not allowed.
No, I did.
This is my thingy. I'll show it however I want to. There we go. Okay, this is kind of cool.
He's taking his thingy out of the box and he's playing
I'm
with it.
taking my thingy out of the box. You're damn right I am. I'm taking my thingy out of the box.
I don't take my thingy out of the box.
So many jokes. It's terrible.
Matt says JD is going in the back door. Wow.
Oh. Normally you would see these guys inside the packaging, but if you look, you can kind of see there are troopers, Thrawn's troopers inside of the lab. You can kind of see them in there. So let's see. Does this thing open up? I think it's the here.
I'd like to go on record as saying we are past the hour mark and we still haven't talked about Godzilla.
Well, anyway, so I'll get over it. So basically, it's a transport ship, but it's from the Ahsoka series. It's one of Thrawn's ships. But yeah, there's the lab. Kind of cool, and it's got a little thing in the back, so that way I can actually like fold these up and or I can drop a So you can fold these up and you can actually set it so it sets level. So yeah, kind of cool. But I'll save my other thing for later down the road. So yeah,
Awesome.
part of my
I'm
Jazzwares
just
collection.
pointing that
So
out because it's kind of returned to form.
yeah,
Like,
it's okay.
this is typical of us. We like go and jabber on for an hour before we even talk about our main topic.
Getting on to our main subject when we talk about. So Steve comes up to me and last week he goes, "We don't have a subject for next week." And he goes, "We have these random. I have a few random things that I want to talk about." And I'm like, "Okay, cool. What do you want to talk about?" And usually, I mean, not usually, more than not, I'm completely open to whatever it is he wants to talk about. But a lot of times when he wants to talk about something, there's always homework on my end. And based on whether I'm working or not, or whether I have storms to deal with, I may or may not be able to get to that homework. And like he's given me homework for books that we were like supposed to talk about like a year ago,
Yeah,
and I still haven't got a chance to
we
read those
haven't
books.
done any of those in a while because
We
Steve
haven't done
hasn't
any
been
of
here.
those in a while. We haven't done any of those in a while because we just haven't had a chance to. But when he says things, he's like, "Hey, let's do this. Have you seen this?" And it's kind of a roll of the dice, to be honest with you, whether I've actually seen it or not. And last week he goes, we get done with the show, and Steve goes, "Let's talk about this." And he didn't send me the picture of what it was yet. And I went, "Okay, what are we going to talk about, Steve? What do you want to talk about?" And he throws up Godzilla 1954. And I went, "Okay, I'm 100% certain I've never seen that movie."
Which is a
But
crime, but we won't go
but
there.
I went, okay, but hey, whatever. We can start about the beginning of the Godzilla craze. Why not? I'm sure.
Well, I think we need to broaden our horizons and talk about.
I'm not. Hey man, look, I'm not complaining. I'm just like, okay. My first thought was, this is honestly my first thought. My first thought when you said you want to talk about the 1954 version of Godzilla, the movie that started the Godzilla craze, I was like, okay, is it playing on streaming? I was like, I don't even know where to find it. Thank God for Google, because I Googled it and I said Godzilla
I told
1954.
you where it was at. I
Did
messaged you and said it's on HBO Max.
Okay, because I didn't catch that part because I actually had to go into Google and I said, "Tell me where I can
This
find
is him not
Godzilla
paying attention
1954."
to me.
I not on purpose, I promise. It was probably a passing thing where I was like, "Holy crap!" So I went,
Another reason I wanted to do it is I thought it would coax somebody that is in the chat room that shall remain nameless to start their Godzilla themed podcast that they have been planning to do. We're not going to name any names.
So what you're saying is we're not naming any names down there in the corner.
Names.
We're not naming any names. So what you're saying is we are discussing it because we're trying to kick somebody else in the butt to kickstart their stuff.
Yeah, but we're not gonna name any names. We don't want to call anybody out.
We're not gonna name any names. We're not gonna name any names.
But yeah, no, I just thought it'd be fun to talk about like the original.
No, eventually, Matt.
I love the original.
Eventually, when I get to it, Madam Web will be the inaugural episode of the.
Oh yeah, we still need to do that.
We still need to do that. We haven't forgotten. We haven't forgotten. Just real world things have kind of come up.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Why don't we set a date? That way, we are forced to rewatch it.
We need to set a date for our Supergirl review. So we need to set 2 dates.
We really should.
We need to set 2 dates.
Okay,
lay it on me. We'll discuss it. We are going to set a date, people, and we are going to do the inaugural episode of The Popcorn Was Better Than the Movie.
Right. And for those of you that are new, that is going to be like one of our side projects where JD and I are going to watch a bad movie that neither of us really want to watch. And then we're going to do a little review of it.
Now,
and the
this
first
is
one will
not
be Madam Web.
the first one will be Madam Web. Now, let me be clear about something here, real quick. The only reason we did this is because, again, this was a suggestion by the chat. And
that is true.
And we will, I say we try to be as, what do I want to say here? We need to be as like fair as possible. Because we've always kind of, we've always, but the reason I say that is because we've always tried to say that we hate it when people base their channels on the hate. Oh, there you go. It's better than the movie. The popcorn is better than the movie.
Yeah.
We always try to say that if we don't like a movie, we just don't watch it. So basically, it's just going to be a inaugural review that Steve and I have of a movie that is considered universally bad. How about that? I think
I'll
that's
be fair, but you're going to hear some negative comments because that movie sucked.
Okay.
You've never had to sit through that movie.
I have not had to watch it
a second time.
Yeah, I was going to try to watch it, I think, last weekend.
Godzilla. We're going to talk about the 1954 kaiju film Godzilla.
Is it officially called a kaiju film?
It's what started the kaiju genre.
The kaiju genre. Now, the wonderful thing
Matt, you're about
it
to get kicked, dude. You better watch it.
Oh my God! Yeah, Matt, you're running a very fine line right now.
You are, yeah. Okay, a minute and 12, or an hour and 12 minutes into the show. Now we are going to talk about Godzilla.
Hey, that's okay. That's okay.
So it came out in 1954, October. Premiered in October of 1954. It was put out by a company called, I'm probably going to butcher the name, but Toho, Toho. And it was directed by Ishiro Honda. And so it's basically about, and it takes place in Japan because that's where Godzilla got to start. And it's about the Japanese government dealing with the appearance of this big monster. So let me start with a quick as I can synopsis. So there's a boat. It's a freighter. It gets destroyed, and another freighter gets sent out to go check out what happened, and it gets destroyed too. And then some random fishing boat gets destroyed, and they're like, "What's going on here?" And then all the fish disappear, and the village can't get any fish because there's no fish. And this elder gentleman says it's Godzilla, and everybody's like, whatever. And so a storm comes that night, and you get a glimpse at the monster, but he just tears the shit out of this village. It's like he just kills people, destroys homes, kills their livestock. It's freaking crazy. They just massacre. So we move to Tokyo, and they're trying to get help, like some kind of disaster relief, and they hire this paleontologist to go check it out, and he sees this big ass footprint, and then they see they see Godzilla again. He's kind of doing his thing. And then the paleontologist goes and tells, there's this freaking 100-foot monster. It's basically a dinosaur. And he blames hydrogen bomb testing on his coming up to the surface. Because before that, he was like hidden in some underwater cavities. But anyway, so they try to kill this guy with basically underwater mines is what I think they are. I don't know what they really are.
Death charges.
Okay. They try to kill him, and the paleontologist is like, no, we need to study him. But they try to kill him. Of course, Godzilla survives, and it's like, yeah,
Here's the shit
nice
out of
try.
Tokyo.
Yeah, nice try trying to kill him with freaking landmines, whatever. But and so the government goes to this paleontologist and like, how are we going to kill this monster? And he's like, you can't kill him. He survived an H bomb. I mean, and so anyway, Godzilla comes back up and attacks another town, and then goes back to the ocean. And then the army or the military force of Japan, they build this big ass fence, this electric fence. And they're like, this is going to kill Godzilla. And, you know where this is going, because you're like, he survived an H bomb. I don't think electricity is going to do the job. So,
funny too. It's funny too. On that particular note, it's funny too because 1954, they talk about, we've electrified the fence of 50,000 volts. I'm like, I've seen cattle fences today that are 100,000 volts.
Yeah.
And you're talking about a cow that lays less than a ton, and it's only 100,000 volts. I'm going, no.
So Godzilla comes up, and he basically breathes fire on this electric fence, and destroys it, and then like lays waste to another city, and then all the while these fighter jets and these tanks are trying to kill him. Once again, he survived an H bomb.
Please remember, this is the 1950s.
So anyway, they're attacking him, and he's like, screw it. And he goes back in the ocean. And so they find this guy who is creating this weapon called the Oxygen Destroyer, which in theory, basically what it's supposed to do is disintegrate oxygen atoms and cause, the idea is they're going to cause Godzilla to not be able to breathe. Why does he have a poor love life? He has a reptile dysfunction.
Oh my God. That had to be Matt.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
So they convince this guy to use the Oxygen Destroyer, and because he doesn't want to, because he thinks the army will make him create a super weapon. Anyway, so he goes in there, and the ship goes out to Tokyo Bay, and they find Godzilla, and he activates this device, and it kills Godzilla. And then at the very end, the paleontologist is like, because of all the nuclear testing, there's probably going to be more of them. Like, oh shit. So that is a synopsis of the 1954 Godzilla film. So you said this was the first time you ever watched it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, um,
I mean,
skip
honestly,
20.
honestly, I think my first introduction to, so I'll go back for me. My first introduction to Godzilla was like cheesy, like the 80s Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla movie. You know, like I saw it, I watched it, I was like, oh, okay, what the hell is this? And I think honestly, the first time I ever actually read anything significant dealing with Godzilla was a comic book, which is
Oh
weird
yeah.
enough. So I think I read it in like a comic book or something like that. But then I saw like there was always like you know, before the days of the internet and the meme and stuff like that, there was always like memes and jokes about Godzilla and people making fun of Godzilla, or like there would always be references to Godzilla. So you'd always go back and watch like who's Godzilla, and you'd look it up and you'd figure out that Godzilla was a actual movie that they made for you know, a Japanese movie that was made. And you're kind of like, holy crap, this is actually a movie. And then you go back and you look at, you know, when the internet came out, it was like, okay, now I'm looking at like old movies and stuff like that and figuring out old Godzilla movies. I was like, what the hell? This is kind of cool. And then the first, I think, actual Godzilla movie I watched front and back was Godzilla 19. What was the one that we discussed before with Matthew Broderick? Um
1998.
1998. Yeah, I think that was the actual like first Godzilla movie that I actually watched all the way through. Was Matthew Broderick's The Godzilla from 1998.
Dude,
I think was the first one that I
how is
actually.
your zipper gonna stop Godzilla?
What?
Matt says, "What has 100 teeth and keeps Godzilla at bay? My zipper." No, it wouldn't. He would tear right through your zipper.
That's weird.
Um,
98, yeah, 98, yeah, 98 Godzilla. 98 Godzilla was the movie that I think I actually watched all the way through. That was a Godzilla movie, and then the new ones that came out, I've watched quite a few of those.
yeah.
But to say that I watched like the older ones, no.
Bree, I didn't like the 98 one either. But hey, if that's your intro, that's your intro. Now, my first my first Godzilla movie, I'm not going to mention what it is because we're going to talk about it later because we're going to do a ranking today if we can get to it. I think we can get to it.
I think you're going to do it. You're going to do a ranking because literally my favorite are probably the five that I've
Okay,
seen.
I will rank mine. Like later on, I'm going to rank my top 5 favorite Godzilla movies.
And I'm just going to state whether I've seen them or not.
And that first one that I ever saw is in there. So I'm not going to mention what it is right now, but it is an older one. I will say that. But I saw, so this clearly this 1954 one was not the first one I saw, but I did watch this one like in the mid 90s for the first time, and I was like, man, this is fucking awesome. But well, so my next question was gonna be, no, I don't even know if I should bother asking. I was gonna say, did you see this before you saw the modern ones? Well, clearly, no,
Clearly not.
clearly
No,
not.
literally, I watched it. Uh, I watched it last night, and that was the first time I've ever seen it because you asked me if I watched it, and I literally was like playing Assassin's Creed all day long, and then I
I,
had something to do in the evening, and then so late last night I actually watched it and watched it all the way through. The crazy part of it is that number one, I liked it. I really did like it. Which is crazy to think is that 1954, it was black and white. I really did like it. And that's the first thing. Secondly, I normally do not, it's annoying for me because I have to, when I watch a movie that has subtitles, because if you haven't seen it, it has subtitles. It's really annoying to have to read the subtitles and then watch what's going on the screen. So if I have a
yeah,
movie where it has subtitles, I have to watch it twice because I have to read the subtitles to know what's going on. and then watch it again to match up everything that's going on along with the subtitles.
See,
And this
so
one really,
if you had ADHD like me, you would be able to do both at once.
well, and it really wasn't that bad. It wasn't that hard. It was pretty easy. Like even for 1954, a black and white 1954 movie, it really wasn't that bad. It was actually pretty decent. So I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I watched it again a couple of months ago. It was before the whole disaster. But then I watched it again yesterday. So my next question was going to be, what are your overall thoughts on 1954 Godzilla?
I liked it. I really did. I liked it. Okay, so I'm going to kind of skip forward a little bit.
Okay.
To the 2014 version, when they kind of reintroduced Godzilla to a new audience and they kind of reshaped, they went back to the original design of what he looked like, ish. Because what he looks like in the 2014 and what he looks like then is not the same. But I liked the fact that there was more of a story there. They focused a lot on the story, and it was like Godzilla was just the reason for the story, if that makes sense. And so, like at the beginning, you had no idea what was going on. You didn't know what it was, and then you finally saw the monster, and you're like, "Holy crap!" Freak out. And they kind of had this whole thing going on, what was going, and it was eerily reminiscent to me because of the 1998 version and then the 2014 version. They really did. They really did try to keep that original context of the story in those two movies. And the 1954 version, it really did focus a lot on the human characters and just how Godzilla affected them,
Right.
rather than it just being a movie about a monster. So
Well, I
in
think a lot of it
1954,
this was kind of a commentary on nuclear testing.
yeah, really it was, which to me was a bit of a shock because if you, or obviously if you're a historian, and you think about how much time had passed between when the movie was made and how long before the movie was made, Nagasaki and Osaka, or basically the nuclear bombs that were dropped on Japan at the end of the war. It's crazy to think how much time had passed between when that had happened and when they made the movie and when the movie was being produced and being made. And I'm sure back then it took a little bit more time to do that. So it was less than a decade. And their big focus was not only on H bombs, but one of the main characters being a survivor of the Nagasaki nuclear detonation. And they kind of brought that into the forefront, and they were talking about that. And it was kind of crazy because me being a historical, a historian buff, to think about the fact that had just happened a decade before, less than a decade before, and then they're coming out with movies that actually address that whole situation. That was kind of interesting. It was definitely interesting.
I don't know how much Bree is going to like my top 5 ranking, but we'll see. Yes, Matt, we know you like the one from Run Crazy Summer, but anyway. So at the time, we're talking 1954 again. The special effects in these movies were groundbreaking.
Yeah, for that time period,
yeah. Like you had.
Do you know what?
They
the
couldn't
worst
rely on
part?
CGI. That was a guy in a suit.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. The worst part of that is the way I think about it now is that this is where upscaling and like 4K and like bringing everything into even 1080p.
Yeah.
If you go 1080p, you go high definition, you go 4K, all that kind of stuff. You watch these old movies, and all of these old movies, when they made them, they didn't pay attention to a lot of that because you couldn't see that in the theater and you couldn't see that in high definition anyway. So you couldn't, the fact that there was a dude in a suit, you really didn't notice it probably back then. because the film quality wasn't good enough. But now that we have upscaled 4K and like 1080p and high definition, when I saw the Godzilla, I was like, yeah, I mean, you can tell it's a dude in a suit. I mean,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can see that. You can see it. I mean, it's like,
But,
okay.
yeah, so you got a dude in a suit and miniature cities. But
Yeah. I want to
for
remind me. I want to circle.
1954,
Remind me. I want to circle back to that. I want to talk about that. Yeah.
well, talk about it now. We're here.
So I was going to say the whole. This is my whole thing with this, and it doesn't. It has to do with the movie, but it doesn't. It has to do more with the production of the movie rather than the movie itself. How cool! Think about this for a second. How cool would it have been to say, okay, we're going to put you in this massive rubber suit and be a monster. And over here, we've created this synthetic, like fake village. And you look at them and you go, what do you want me to do? We want you to walk through it and tear the shit out of it. How much fun would that have been? If you were that dude in the suit, how much fun would it have been to be that guy to say, so you built this miniature city and you literally want me to stomp on it and throw bridges and tear it apart for fun? Yeah, that's what we want you to do. Game on.
I'm down, yeah.
Am I being paid for this?
Yeah, and I'm getting paid for this.
And I'm getting paid for this.
Yeah. Really? Bree said that the earlier suit had cement in it. Huh.
Yeah, that's interesting. I would ask what for. I think that would be interesting to know why, but
I did not know that. I do have one interesting trivia topic regarding the creature. When they were first putting this movie together, he was supposed to be a giant octopus. Like that was their first idea, and then eventually they were like, yeah, let's do a dinosaur type creature instead. But yeah, it won an award in Japan for best special effects, but yeah, I mean the special effects were pretty cool for the time.
For the time, yeah.
There was an American version that came out in basically it was like a re-edit. It didn't completely refilm it. It came out in 1956. And it was called Godzilla King of the Monsters. And the lead, like they recast the lead, and it was Raymond Burr.
We probably should have done, Steve, is we probably should have watched both of them, so that way we could compare the two.
Matt, there was an American version in '86, but I am talking about the re-release of the original. Stay with me here, pal.
Damn it, man.
No. So in any case, I lost my train of thought. Damn it, Matt.
Damn it, man.
No, we're not recasting it with Bobcat Goldthwait. Shit, I lost my train of thought. Oh, okay. So I was going to ask. Yeah, Joy says that the Raymond Burr version is available on the Internet Archive, and it is very Americanized because they tone down the themes of nuclear destruction, that sort of thing.
Oh, of course they would. Of course they would.
Ooh, we got some
Which is
more trivia. The 1954 original Godzilla suit, often called Shadai Goji, did I pronounce that right? Was notorious for
sure.
being made with liquid latex and heavy construction materials, including concrete. Wow,
Dude, why would you? Holy crap! Even for then, concrete would
that's
have been
crazy,
horrible.
man. Um,
Yeah. See, Joy. Just so you know, if you're in the chat, this episode is for you. This is a kick in the butt. You know, let's go.
yeah, we're not going to name any names
I'm gonna name any. I'm gonna name any names.
because raw rubber was extremely scarce in post World War II Japan. That makes sense. Creators mixed rubber with concrete, clay, and gypsum. 220 pounds. Good God.
Holy crap, man! I give all kinds of credit to the dude in the suit on that one. Wow,
Um, Now,
that's
what I was going
insane.
to ask, and now I don't know how you're going to answer this, JD, but
Okay, lay it on me.
um, how does it stack up against the modern versions of Godzilla?
I, I, I mean, you can't really. You, you can't really compare them. I mean, honestly, you can't because 1954 with the technology that was available and then it being filmed in Japan. I mean, I'm not sure what. Honestly, if I had to sit down and say it, I don't know what their their technological um disposition was at that time. Obviously, like I said, this was what less than a decade after World War II had ended,
Yeah.
and they were in a very interesting rebuilding phase, and um they were in a very interesting rebuilding phase. They were in a lot of the war and everything had been um a lot of the war had been ruined, and had ruined a lot of what they had going on, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And um sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
So I always say, and I say the same thing with Star Wars. When you talk about the original trilogy as opposed to the prequel trilogy, as opposed to the sequel trilogy, you have to understand when those movies were made. You have to understand the social, the social zeitgeist of what was going on in society at the time. You have to understand where people were, what technologies were available. I mean, Star Wars did cutting edge technology, and like you said, that Godzilla did cutting edge technology for
Mm-hmm.
the time. To compare it to what we have available today to do that kind of stuff, it almost you have to give them more credit because they created something that took more effort and was harder to do. Today, you don't have to create a 220-pound suit made out of concrete and rubber in order to make a film.
That's
You
fair.
can make things out of all kinds of materials that are even softer. Hell, like I said, most people do
Millennium
CGI
Workshop
now.
is in the house.
Hey, William. Hey, buddy. Um, and something I thought about too, something I had actually looked at a long time ago. The height of Godzilla in this particular movie, they said was 165 feet. He was 165 feet tall. In the 2014 version, let's say, he was 300 feet tall. So they even changed the dynamics of him. On top of that, so they increased his size. They had the availability of CGI to change his appearances and everything throughout the years. And if you look at Godzilla in this movie, and if you look at the latest iteration of Godzilla and say King of Monsters or whatever the new one is, the one that came out I think last year. Give me a second, I'll look it
In a
up here.
couple
I have
years.
it. I have the list.
Are you talking about?
Yeah, I have the list of the movies here. Hang on a second. The one that came out last was New Empire.
Oh,
The
right.
Godzilla versus Kong New Empire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, if you look at how that has changed throughout the years, you really, to me, you can't really compare it because you're talking about something that came out in 1954, and then 70 years later we had the last movie. It's a whole new. You got 70 years of technology to change all that, and you really can't do that. I
Yeah.
really feel like you can't do that. So, to me, for the time period and the way it came out, the only thing I can say for sure is that I enjoyed as much of the story involving the human characters within the story
Hmm.
as much as I did like the threat of Godzilla and what
Well,
he
there was
was.
even like a little love triangle thing going on in there too.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. The story built around the tragedy was like, I mean, that's like it like almost set the stage for things like Titanic and Pearl Harbor and like the new Godzilla movies. Because if you look at the new Godzilla movies, like the new one, the one that reintroduced us to Godzilla in like 2014, I think it was the 2014 version that was kind of a new modern take on it.
Hmm.
If you look at that one, yeah, 2014. Um, you didn't you saw the monsters and you seen what was going on, but it was more about the human connection and the human beings in the story rather than it was about the monster. It was just what was going on with the human beings in it. And then on top of that, you had this great tragedy that was going on with these super kaiju that were battling each other in the middle of major cities. And in a lot of parts, you didn't even see like the monster. So, like in the beginning of the 1954 one, you seen these boats get blown up, and you see these fishermen in great loss of life, and these families are like, "Hey, where's my loved ones? What's going on? What's happening?" And we don't know what's going on. And then it took an old timer to say, back in the early days, we knew about this monster that would show up every so often whenever he got hungry, and
Hmm.
we called him Godzilla. And it kind of goes along with old sailors' tales, like the stories about like the Kraken or these old sea monsters or these mysteries of the sea.
Yeah.
So it kind of plays back into that. And um, so for me, the most I really like the combination of the human story, not more than the Godzilla part of it, but as much and equal to the part of it being Godzilla and how do we deal
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah. Definitely.
So yeah, for 1954, I mean, I think it was great. But to actually compare it to the abilities that we have with modern technology and how we are able to produce the things that we are able to produce with modern technology, I yeah, I don't think it's
So,
fair to compare the two of them.
so the next question is still kind of a comparison between early Godzilla, modern Godzilla,
Okay.
and the question is, which do you prefer? Do you prefer Godzilla as a terrifying monster that just like tears ass all over the countryside, or the Godzilla that's a bit of a superhero?
Hmm.
Because in the modern
Interesting.
ones, he's kind of got this superhero angle to him. Which do you prefer? Chat,
Um.
chime in on this one too.
Yeah. Um. I'm going to go back to a Marvel character for a minute, and I say this because I think it has relevance with Godzilla. Um, I One of my favorite Marvel characters is Venom, and I think I've stated this before on some of the shows. One of
Yep,
my favorite
yep.
characters is Venom. Venom has always been like on that fringe of being anti-hero to villain. And the movies that they came out with where they actually made Venom a hero, I loved that. I thought that was great because it actually gave him relevance as a hero and gave him that hero arc. So I would have to say that I think I kind of like the new arc where he is. I mean, if you think about it though, with the new modern ones, it's the collateral damage is massive. I mean, he still is big, he's bulky, he's tears crap up, things get melted down, things get destroyed. I mean, it happens a lot. I mean, so there's a lot of collateral damage. But the fact that he's a hero and he's trying to maintain the balance in the Titans and the fact that he's trying to take out the ones that want to destroy Earth because he wants to be a part of the ecosystem just as much as everybody else. I do kind of like that. I do kind of like that.
So Bree has her opinion, and I kind of agree with this one. He says, I like Godzilla how he usually is. He messes up Japan, and then if someone else comes to mess with his turf, he's like, "Nuh-uh, only I get to smash it." I think Godzilla should be a monster, and that's the way I like. Okay, Joy says that she enjoys both.
I enjoy both. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The question was,
because if you think about it, the 98 version of Godzilla was I guess it was an it because it was or female. I guess you could call it female. It or she was there to find a place to lay eggs and consume food for the birth of the babies it was about to have. And it wasn't really the fact that it was a bad guy. It was just the fact that it was just looking for somebody. And New York City happened to be a good nesting ground. So it was just nature doing its thing. So that, I mean, it could kind of be considered a bad guy because it was tearing up New York City. In the newer modern iterations, it was basically he came back to maintain that balance in the Titans. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I can see that. But like, so like the Pacific Rim movies, you've got the kaiju who are there to try to dominate the Earth. So I mean, I guess it could be that same platform, I
guess. Okay, so says we don't talk about the '98 version, the one that shall not be named.
I can see that. I mean, I really can. I can see that.
I like Godzilla.
I liked it because I liked the interaction between Matthew Broderick and the French guy. God dang it. Don't kill me. But anyway, I can look it up. Hang on. Right. But I liked, huh?
No, go ahead.
I'm biased in that respect because I liked, honestly, I'm a Matthew Broderick fan, so I like Matthew Broderick. But I like the interaction between the two of them, and it was like I said, it was my kind of introduction to. It was kind of my introduction to my first 100% introduction to Godzilla, which may be bad, but I like it. Jean Reno.
So, okay. So now we're coming to the point where I don't think JD is going to have much input on this one.
Nope.
But
it's going to be, have I seen it?
Right. That'll be a have I seen it. So Bree, and even Joy, I don't know if you're going to like this ranking, but hopefully you'll continue talking to me after this. Okay.
Remember, I have no input.
He has no input, so this
I have input
on JD. This is all me.
I have input. It's just
my top 5 Godzilla movies, and I'm going backwards from 5. So the number 1 will be my absolute favorite Godzilla movie.
If I was to actually sit here and say that I've seen all the movies, or I was like a Godzilla super fan, I would be lying. So this is just me being honest.
I haven't seen all of them, but I've seen quite a few of them.
I haven't even seen quite a few of them. I've seen
quite a few.
I've seen a few of them.
But I have my favorites, and like I said, Joy and Bree, you're probably going to highly disagree with these. Okay. Number 5, which was the very first Godzilla movie I ever saw. It came out in 1964. It was directed by the same guy that directed the movie we're talking about today. It was directed by Ishiro Honda. And I think the special effects were done by the same guy. My number 5 is Mothra versus Godzilla.
I haven't seen it.
Mothra was freaking. That was a cool antagonist for Godzilla. So the humans in this movie, they basically like go to the aid of this big giant moth to try to stop Godzilla from destroying Japan. So Mothra is a character that came from a 1961 movie called Mothra, also directed by Ishiro. And that one came out in 1961. And so the studio decided to put Mothra against Godzilla in this movie. And I think it was great. And it's my number 5. I liked it was the first one that I watched. So maybe part of it, maybe part of the reason why it is in my top 5 is just kind of nostalgia because it was the first one I saw. But it was
fair enough. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, don't hate me for liking the 98 Godzilla, but like it was the first movie that I actually watched in full that was a Godzilla movie. Yeah.
Okay. My number 4. I'm going to get hate for this one.
Oh, God.
Godzilla, King of the Monsters, the 2019 version.
I saw that one.
This was actually a sequel to the 2014 movie, just titled Godzilla. But the actors in this, it was like Kyle Chandler was in it, Millie Bobby Brown was in it, Brad Whitford. I think Ice Cube's son was in it. Ken Watanabe was in it. Basically, so Mothra returns in this one, and we're starting to see a parallel here. So this, so in this movie, this dragon, this monster, it was King Ghidorah, gets released, and he awakens these titans. A bunch of other creatures. There was Ghidorah and Rodan, and so Godzilla and Mothra basically team up to fight them. So the return of Mothra in this one. So Godzilla, King of Monsters 2019. That's my number 4. My number 3 is, I actually just mentioned it. It's the 2014 Godzilla. The director of this one is actually the same guy that directed Rogue One. So he's a good director. He's directed some really good stuff. I just kind of like this one. I kind of like the story, and it depicts like this rivalry between Godzilla and these other things called Mutos. They're basically like parasitic monsters. They're freaky monsters. But I liked the design of Godzilla in this one, and it's funny because it starts off in 1954. Like the movie starts off in 1954, and these scientists try to kill him with a nuclear weapon, and that comes back to bite him in the ass. But yeah, it's I really like this one. It also had some fairly well-known actors in it. Aaron Taylor Johnson was in it. Ken Watanabe was in this one as well. Elizabeth Olsen was in it. Scarlet Witch. Bryan Cranston was in it. And I don't know. I liked this one as well.
Mhm. I liked it. I thought it was good. I thought it was
Yeah.
good.
All right. So where are we at now?
Number
What number am I on,
or
folks?
no,
Two.
I think
Two.
you're on number
Okay.
two.
Yeah. My number two, the 1954 original. You just
Fair
you
enough.
can't beat the original, man. It's just it had a cool story. The monster looked cool. It was just it's the it's it's the blueprint for kaiju films as we are in the 2000s now. It's just it's classic. It's you.
Like I
It's
said, if you actually watch the original 1954 version, and then you watch some of the modern ones, you can see how the footprint, literally the footprint,
yeah.
both literally and figuratively, the footprint for that way they did that movie is present in the new movies.
All right, which brings us to number one. Some of you are thinking, what could be better than the original? And there is a fine line between number one and number two. But this one just kind of edges out. And it also has a really good story. And I would, ooh, man, dare I say, the story is probably what set it above the original. But this one came out in 2023 and it was called Godzilla Minus One.
I had a feeling that's one I have not seen yet.
That, oh my gosh, you haven't seen that, dude? I saw that like 4 times in the theater.
Yeah, I have not got a chance to see it yet. I need to
it,
watch it though. I've heard it's
it
good.
was so good. It's about
Okay.
basically the story is there's this kamikaze pilot that like doesn't do his job. He doesn't do his suicide mission, and he plops down on this little island and encounters Godzilla. And the movie is like it talks a lot about his PTSD from encountering this thing, and it just it goes through like the whole it takes place in Japan, and man, it's been a while since I have watched this all the way through. I started to watch it like last week and I didn't end up finishing it, but I'm pretty sure so it came out originally with subtitles. And then maybe there was a was there man was there a dubbed version? Because I know there was a black and white version and there was a color version, and I've seen both of those.
Mm-hmm.
But now I can't remember if there was a dubbed version. I should have looked this up before we fucking started doing this. Yes, there was an English dub. Yeah, there was an English dub version. And you can
got those are
stream
fun
that.
to those are fun to watch. Those are fun to watch. You see people's mouth move, but the words
Yeah.
don't match up.
It says that you can watch the dubbed version on Netflix.
Nice.
In any case, I did not watch the dubbed version. But like I said, I did see this movie in the theater like 4 times because I just freaking love this movie. Like Godzilla movie aside, it's actually one of my favorite movies. Like just period. It's so good. And there's going to be a sequel. It comes out in November. It's going to be called Godzilla Minus Zero. And I'm really looking forward to it because I really liked the first one for sure. And then there's actually another one coming out next year that is a sequel to the New Empire. So it's part of the legendary MonsterVerse. It's gonna be called Supernova. And based on everything I've read, the antagonist is gonna be Space Godzilla. So, well,
Okay.
there was a space. So Toho, the original company that did Godzilla, they put out a movie in 1994 called Godzilla versus Space Godzilla. And I actually haven't seen that one. I probably should, but yeah. So Space Godzilla is supposed to be the antagonist in the new one, Godzilla X Kong Supernova. Set to be released in March 2027.
And so I'll be honest with you. I like the team up between Godzilla and King Kong.
Sam Neill's going to be in that one.
Oh, well, there you go. There's one of the movies.
Yeah, nice. So Bree says Space Godzilla is a good one. I should go watch that one then. Yeah. So there we have it. Godzilla -1 is my favorite Godzilla movie, followed closely by the 1954.
I need to watch -1. I've heard a lot of good things about it.
You really should.
Of the rest of them, I've seen, like I said, the 98, the 2014 version. I saw King of Monsters. I saw Godzilla versus Kong, and I saw New Empire. And I think beyond that, I've just seen clips of other movies.
I like all those. I like the what do they call it? The legendary MonsterVerse. I like all those movies.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying they're bad, and I'm not saying I wouldn't watch them. I'm not saying that I'm not opposed to it. I've just never been that big of a fan of the Godzilla universe to the point where I would like sit down and like go, oh God, I gotta watch all these.
So
I watch them when I can.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I've seen that one, Bree. I'm pretty sure that I've seen that one. It's called Godzilla versus Destroya. I'm pretty sure that I've seen that one. It's been a while. But what I was going to say is if you are watching either live or on the replay, and if you're in the chat, jump on our Discord and post your top 5 and see how close they are to mine. But with that, we are over our 2-hour mark. Somehow we got over 2 hours because probably because we spent nearly an hour and a half talking about other crap.
Yeah.
100%. No idea what we're talking about next week because,
stuff,
we're horrible planners.
Well, yeah, lately, like Matt said earlier in the chat, we've gotten 2 in a row, so we're on a streak. So lately, it has been to the point where we didn't know that we were actually going to get 2 in a row going on. So now we have to plan for the next week.
Now we're gonna plan for the next one. We'll come up with something. If you got any suggestions, again, Discord. No, Matt, we're not going to talk about One Crazy Summer. I already know you're going to ask. But no, we're not talking about One Crazy Summer.
I remember that movie.
I do too. It's a good movie, but it's not a Godzilla movie.
It's not a Godzilla movie.
Anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody in the chat for hanging out with us. Fun times. We had a couple of two or three newbies in here, so that was cool.
Yeah.
Always good to get new folks in here. Tell your friends about Rebel Nerd Radio and get them to subscribe and like and all that cool stuff. And eventually, we will have a Kryptonian Chronicles episode for you.
Yes.
We
actually have planned for 2. So for those of you who are Superman fans, we actually want to do our review of Supergirl, and then we were going to do a review of the original Christopher
Superman,
Reeve Superman movie. So we actually have 2 available. We just have to find time to do them, and we are going to set a date for The Popcorn Was Better Than the Movie.
I honestly, folks, my hospital visit put a big wrench in plans. So what can I say? Yes, Joy. Thank you. Like and subscribe. And
please
come back next week for more shenanigans, hijinks, more show me your thingies, all that cool stuff. And of course, as Joy said, may the force be with you.